Georgia has emerged as a key battleground state. For more than 3 decades, the state has voted for a Republican candidate. So the big question everyone is asking, will things change this year? Let's go to CGTN's Sean Callebs, who's at a polling station. Sean, how are things going in my home state of Georgia?
It's interesting, Ashe, because they had high hopes for this state 4 years ago and hoped to turn it blue. But Donald Trump had a very easy victory that night over Hillary Clinton. They're hoping to turn it blue, but so much is really at stake here. And if you think back to the primary that they had in June, it was a fiasco. Massive lines. In some areas, it took 5, 6, 7 hours to vote. Absolutely night and day here today. Very festive atmosphere. What they have out here right now are people to entertain those who were supposed to be in line waiting. People on stilts. They have lots of food out here. They have masks for everybody. But what they don't have are the lines. Look, absolutely no one waiting here right now. That's because about 65% of registered voters already did their civic duty and voted ahead of time. So what is today going to be like? Well, it's going to be very fascinating. We talked to the head of the NAACP, and they're very hopeful to change this state back. And they've been out in force really since June trying to swing the vote. Now, Donald Trump carried the state by 200,000 votes back 4 years ago. So they believe if they can get so many people out, it would be enough for the Democrats to carry the state. We had a chance to talk with editorial cartoonist Mike Luckovich for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, well-known cartoonist, well-known satirist, and he says that he believes there's so much focus on this election, so much importance, that people are really taking their civic duty very carefully, and he already gave us a sneak peek at his cartoon for tomorrow. Excuse me, I'll give you a brief look at it right there. But here's what he had to say about what's at stake in all this and what voters are taking away.
My hope is that, America allowed itself to be kind of conned into this presidency. And I hope that it's going to make Americans a little bit more guarded about whom they vote for, and also realize that democracy is fragile.
Yeah, very important time here. And look, Fulton, Atlanta actually makes up 3 counties within Georgia: Fulton, Gwinnett, and DeKalb. And in Fulton County alone, Ossie, there are 300,000 polling precincts. There were concerns about trying to suppress the vote, especially in the minority neighborhoods. But right now, it simply is not happening. There was one county, Ossie, where the electronic voting machines went down and they switched to paper. But other than that, things are going very smoothly here in Georgia.
So, Sean, you know the politics of Georgia well. You've seen the disaster that we saw in June primary, then the long lines on the first day of early voting in Georgia. Are you frankly surprised how smoothly things are going?
It's not just me that's surprised. Really, everybody I've talked to. The NAACP had a massive campaign center, command center rather, and they were in touch with precincts all over the state. And again, what you're seeing there is what's playing out in this site right here, a very festive atmosphere. Things are going extremely smoothly, and this last-minute rush to the polls apparently is not going to happen. It's one thing Donald Trump was counting on, that his supporters would get out there, but right now this is the way it is. We've only seen a handful of people come in here, and we've been here for a couple of hours, and this is supposed to be one of the key spots in Atlanta that was going to be a concern. So things are going very smoothly. I think everybody is surprised. I talked to one longtime news colleague of mine. He said, man, it is night and day since June. And that, to me, is the best way it's been described.
Let's hope it stays that way. Sean Callebs live for us in Atlanta. Thank you.